name is Camilla, and I met Bre when I was an exchange student in Detroit Lakes. And Bre and her family was so kind to let me into their family and make me feel like one of them. Yeah. Throughout life, you meet countless of people in so many different scenarios. And some of the people you meet, you also end up being friends with. But a lot of the people you do get to know, you also lose contact with because of distance, busy schedules, or simply because you grow apart. I think this is a matter of course, given that there are so many different personalities in this world. Yeah, you will get closer to some people than others, and I also think there's got to be a lot of coincidences that has to happen for you to meet the people that's actually going to stay in your life. And by coincidence, I ended up living in Detroit Lakes, of all places, for 10 months, right? By coincidence, throughout my semester, I ended up living with your family, Bre. I think the biggest coincidence is that we actually get along so well, and that we now have this unique relationship or friendship that I think will last forever, which I'm so grateful for. Right? It's okay. Okay. Another big coincidence was that you were going to meet the love of your life at Young Life Camp. Given that people in this world are so different, it often takes a long time before you meet a certain someone that you want to spend the rest of your life with. Many people have to go through a lot of trying and failing before they meet the one that's just right for them. And you two have been so blessed to have already found that. I'm so thankful or grateful for the coincidences that have allowed the two of you to meet and fall in love, that has also let me be here with you today. Congratulations, Bre and Alec. I love you guys.
So, my name is Caitlin, and I met Bre in middle school, and we've been best friends since 7th grade, probably. We would have sleepovers for weeks straight, and I think our parents had to force us to stay at our own houses for one night. We could never get enough of each other. So that's how close we are. So I wanted to share a special moment with you all that I had with Bre about a month after she met Alec. As you know, she met Alec when they were doing summer staff for Young Life out at Castaway. And she was gone for a month, and I really missed her. So the night she got home, I went over to catch up and stuff. And one of the first things she said to me was, "Caitlin, I met this guy." And I'm like, oh my gosh, Bre, before she left for camp, we talked about guys and how she was gonna, work on herself for the next year and not date or anything. And she comes back with a boyfriend. So I was like, okay, tell me about him. And she goes, "Caitlin, I think I'm gonna marry him." And at that moment, I knew that Bre had found the man that God had truly made for her. Sorry. Okay. It's such a special thing that after a month, it's crazy that they both knew. So, anyways. Okay. Congratulations, Bre and Alec. I love you both. Here's to you.
Is a little intimidating, but my name is Taylor Steele. I'm a groomsman, and I knew Alec from his short time at Sanford, down in Alabama. Roll Tide. But the first time I met Alec was his second day at Sanford. I was an upperclassman, and we were in, I guess we have a thing called Connections. It's for freshmen when they come into school. And we were standing movie night for everybody else. All these freshmen were there, their entire pledge class, everybody was there, and Alec sees me in front of everybody and screams Draco Malfoy in front of his entire school. Needless to say, was a reflection of that. I was exhausted most of the time, but he ended up becoming one of my best friends. And 2 years later, I was down in Florida. I was living down there for 2 months, and I got a phone call from Alec. He had gone to Young Life Camp after me endlessly trying to get him to come down to Florida with me. And he called me and told me that he didn't know her, but he met a girl. And I was like, oh yeah, that's exciting, Alec. I mean, you fall hard, like, that's great. And he was like, no, Taylor, seriously, you don't know this girl. Like, she is incredible, she's awesome. And I was just like, oh, okay, Alec, I'll see you in a few months, whatever. And he was like, no, I'm gonna marry her. I'm going to marry this girl. She doesn't know it yet. She doesn't know me, but I'm going to marry her. And I was like, calm down, Alec, all right? Calm down. But, needless to say, he left Sanford for this girl. We were all a little heartbroken over it, but I'm glad he got her in the end. But on a more serious note, you two know better than anybody that over the last 2 years, my view of what a godly marriage can look like has been shaken and tried, and you two are a light for everybody here. You two represent Christ to everybody that is around you. And you are truly a beacon for all of us here. You are hope, and we all love you, and we have all come here to support you. So truly, to you two, I wish you the best happiness, and just know that you will forever be loved. And I'm so excited to see where God takes you. So.
I met at Sanford freshman year, and he was, as you can all imagine, flamboyant, boisterous, loud, annoying, but in some way I was drawn to him because out of his sarcasm and desire to tell ridiculous stories that people would listen to, I found some commonality between us. But Alec was a great friend when I went to Sanford, and coming into freshman year, I didn't really know what I wanted in life. I just knew that I just desired friendship with a bunch of guys. And every week, Alec would spend most of his time not studying and hanging out with us. His GPA reflected that, as his parents are well aware of. But every day for about an hour and a half, Alec would lock his door and stay away from all of us. And I don't understand why. I would bang on his door. One time I even stole his doorknob. I got a drill and I removed his doorknob. And he comes to my room and he's like, someone stole my doorknob. I'm like, that's the worst thing. Who would do that? And it was in my sock drawer, and he found it later. Because he used to borrow my socks and underwear. I still don't understand that either. I saw him in Cresty Beat wearing my underwear one time. I was like, those are mine. And, but just, those characteristics about Alec are lovable. But the reason why he hid behind his door every hour of a day is a characteristic that is admirable and respectable. And something that really changed my life. Every day for an hour, he would study the Word of God and be in His presence. Not to abandon us, but so that He could love us better, because He was trying to love Christ. And as our love for Christ pales in comparison for anyone else on this earth, that fuels us to love and serve people better. So I ask that we not only are excited and care for Alec and Bre to be here today, but that we encourage them and pray for them that they would love Christ more than they love each other, so that even though sometimes they might have to draw away, that they can love each other better each and every day. And what a great example that is, as Taylor said, to the world as God's covenant over marriage, and just how beautiful that is. So, Alec, thank you for being a wonderful friend.
I've always looked up to Alec. He's been a great big brother. I've admired him my whole life, and ever since he married a girl like Bre, or met a girl like Bre, I've admired him even more. And I hope to one day follow in his footsteps and meet a girl like her. Shout out to my girlfriend. Shout out to my give it to Alec and Bre for a long marriage.
You are in so much.
Come on back here. Come on back here. You gonna yell it? Yeah.
I do better this way anyway. I want to thank Albert and Connie for helping make this weekend a wonderful weekend for our kids. That's the easy part. All my kids are worried about what I'm going to say this night. And I'll try to get through this if I can. Bre, I never had the pleasure and the honor of meeting Mike, but I know he'd be just as proud of you as I am today, of the beautiful woman that you have become. Everybody, I want to raise our glasses. I want to raise our glasses to Mike, who couldn't be here. To Mike. And to someone just as beautiful who helped raise you after Mike passed on. And that's your beautiful mom, Lisa. Thank you very much. You all know that it's tough to be blended into a new family. But once you know that you're in that family, it's an honor to be in that family. And Bre, do you remember the moment that you accepted me into the family? Be fearful, be very fearful. I'm in the dining room, and I'm talking to Lisa, who's in the kitchen. And I happen to turn, and there's Bre. And apparently when you're living with 3 girls, it's not modest enough to close the bathroom door. And I'll keep what you said to me after I said close the door, Bre. It's our little secret. But at that moment, I knew I was part of this family. Thank you very much for letting me be a part of your family, Bre, and letting me be your dad. And then there's Alec. No, that's all I've got. Then there's Alec.